Hello and welcome here to Norwalk, Iowa, where it is the final home game of the season, of the regular season that is, for the Norwalk Warriors as they'll take on the number 7 team in 5A, the Johnston Dragons. Norwalk comes into this game ranked number 2 after 3 wins over the holiday weekend, taking a game off Ballard, this same Johnston squad, and the number 1 team in 3A, Wahlert Catholic. I am Liam Weber here on Pardon My French Media. I'm joined by Samson Schaefer tonight for this amazing game of softball.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful night tonight, Liam. I'm looking forward to some great Monday night softball, and hopefully the Norwalk Warriors will be able to continue this nice little 3-game win streak they got going on right now.
Absolutely. It's been a big season, but this has been the toughest stretch of the season for Norwalk, having to take on Indianola, another top-ranked team in 5A, DCG, a top-ranked team in 4A, Winterset, a top-ranked team in 4A, Ames, a top-ranked team in 5A, and then Ballard, Johnston, Wahlert Catholic, Johnston again tonight, and then in just 2 days' time, they travel to Waukee Northwest to take on the Wolves, who are the number 1 team in the state of Iowa, also having the number 1 team in 5A. Norwalk already clinched their spot for the playoffs, clinching the conference, as well as awaiting the winner of Fort Madison and Keokuk on Saturday the 12th.
Hitting second, number 14.
Let's go over the defense that will be backing up the starting pitcher, Carly Brewer. Left to right in the outfield, we'll have Danny Peters at left. The superstar, Nia Holberts in center. Right field will be Maddie Gullion. Then around the horn on the infield, it'll be number 22, Hadley Michael at the hot corner. Then it'll be the shortstop, Bailey Birmingham with the cannon for an arm at shortstop. At second, it'll be Hayden Clausen. Weighing at first, we'll have Cambry Livingston back there again after taking the night off for senior night. Behind the plate is Ava Garvin, completing the battery with Carly Brewer. Brewer been one of the top pitchers in the state. Let's see if she can bounce back. After the last time we saw her, she had a rough outing against Ames.
Playing second base, Hayden Clausen.
Yeah, and I think she's got all the tools in her kit to be able to bounce back. This is a dynamic Johnston offense, but really watch out for the battle between the 2 pitchers in the circle tonight. Both of them pitching to a tune of a low 2 ERA across the season.
As we take a break for the national anthem, we'll be back for the top of the first inning, Johnston versus Norwalk. As we come back, we'll introduce you to the Johnston Dragons and their lineup. It's going to be Grace Reiners in that leadoff spot. Reagan Pitts behind her, and Callie Gibson will make up the top three in the cleanup spot. It'll be the designated player, Julia Christensen, followed up by Willow Schmitz, Hannah Haxton, Emily Swally, Reese Van Rokel, and Chloe Helgeson, with the pitcher, Jensen Tempest, being the flex player here tonight. It is a beautiful night for softball. Carly Brewer on the mound as per usual. She's been pitching incredibly so far this year.
Yeah, Liam, she really has. She's been a great workhorse for the Warriors here. Like I mentioned, that 2.15 ERA over the course of the season and 147 strikeouts and only 120 innings of work. That's nothing short of impressive.
Leading off for the Dragons, top of the first.
It is, as she will have her work cut out for her. She faces a Johnston lineup with a 282 batting average. As a team, a 344 on base and a 384 slug. They don't hit for a ton of power, except for Julia Christensen, the designated player in that cleanup spot. They keep her there in case her teammates load the bases and she can put an early 4-0 advantage on the board. As the first pitch of the night will be low and inside for a ball as things get started here. So far this season, Grace Reiners is batting a healthy 366 as this will be grounded to Birmingham on to first in time. And that is Bailey Birmingham showcasing that beautiful arm. Shortstop grounds out to shortstop. As that will now bring up the center fielder, Reagan Pitts. Just a sophomore this season, batting .237, has struggled a little bit with the bat, but has been getting plenty of experience at the top of this Johnston lineup as she'll take a patented Carly Brewer fastball in there for a strike. Here's the delivery from Brewer. Swing and a miss. Got her. It'll be a quick 0-2 count here to the sophomore. That's going to be lifted high out of play. But Hadley Michael, who has moved from her normal spot at second base over to third for tonight's game, is going to chase it out of play anyways. So we'll see the 0-2 again here with one out. Callie Gibson waits on deck, a senior. That's going to be grounded to Michael on to first in time. Good little stretch there from Cambry Livingston. Two quick groundouts to start the game here, as now it'll be Callie Gibson at the plate.
That's a nice throw from the third baseman there, Liam. Playing out of position like you mentioned earlier. Just looks comfortable over there at the hot corner. You wouldn't even know it.
Absolutely. As Gibson, so far this season, batting .125, another struggling hitter, but 182 on base. Has a couple walks on the season, has been hit more than she's walked though, so she can get on base, but she likes to wear it sometimes. Half swing attempt, and they'll say it is a strike, so it'll be a 1-1 count here to the right fielder. Delivery. That'll be low and inside. It's 2-1. Norwalk trying to get a quick 1-2-3 inning. They want to save as much energy as possible realistically to get into Waukee Northwest, where the best player in the state waits for them, as it is Sophia Schlater on Wednesday as their main competition. Just a freshman, but has been absolutely electric her first couple years in Iowa high school softball. As Brewer delivers, that'll be grounded. Birmingham on to first. A relaxed throw this time from the shortstop. And it's going to be 3 ground outs to set down the Dragons. When we come back, It'll be the Norwalk lineup and the Johnston defense that will introduce you to nothing here, middle of the first. As we come back, it is Nia Hulbert up to the plate for Norwalk. She has been incredible this season, 15 home runs. As that will be in there for a ball, and it's 1-0 to the superstar center fielder. Batting .478, 119 total bases, 46 RBIs on 15 home runs. As that's going to be launched, and that is gone. Hulbert make it 16. As that is only the second home run we've called here, and it comes from Nia Hulbert.
Hulbert is in for the Warrior.
Her 123rd total base on the season, and it's her 47th RBI, and it doesn't get any easier, as now it's Bailey Birmingham to take to the plate.
Yeah, Birmingham slashing almost as ridiculous a line, batting .449 with an on base of .471 on the year. These top two hitters in this lineup just get on base like it's no one's business, Liam.
It's the top three hitters. It's everybody in the lineup. They love getting on base, and they love scoring runs. One of the top run-scoring teams in the state. That's a great job at third. On to first. Birmingham grounds out to third. A great play made over there by Helgeson as she throws it on to first to Hannah Haxton. As now steps in the Iowa Hawkeye commit, as Carly Brewer, the pitcher, trying to help her own cause here, has a .500 batting average on the season, comfortably leads the team. And that's something that you would normally say, but just roughly 22 points behind her is Nia Hulbert. So when you have two players, one that is hitting 500, another one that is close to hitting 500, it is going to be a dangerous 1, 2, 3. We call them the three-headed monster for a reason, as it's a 1-1 count.
And then, of course, you can't ignore Maddie Guillon down there, batting another ridiculous .473 on the year. I mean, these Norwalk hitters, the team overall hitting .377 is just ridiculous.
Yeah, Maddie Guillon, a very productive hitter, a great fielder as well, loves getting on base, setting up that back half of the order. While there's not as much power in the back half as there is in the front half, there is still plenty of RBI opportunities. Guillon, 32 RBIs on the season. Cambry Livingston has 10 of them, as well as she is the bottom half of the order, as well as Brewer will strike out swinging there.
18,
so it's a
Guillon.
quick 2 outs after the leadoff home run from Hulbert, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Guillon. Guillon, a commit to the University of Northern Iowa to play softball up there. Future Panther in the fall. As on the mound, it is Jensen Tempest, as the senior has a very good line for a pitcher. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike one. A 2.24 ERA with a 1.18 whip. Just 40 strikeouts in her innings pitched, with 125 hits over 137 2/3. As this one's going to be grounded through the right side of the infield, it'll be a base hit for Guillon.
Now at bat for the Warriors, number 22.
Looking further down that line for Jensen Tenpass. She had only allowed 3 home runs on the year before that leadoff blast from Nia Holbert. Want to see if these Norwalk Warriors can continue to put some barrels on balls and knock them out of the park here.
As Hadley Michael steps up, the sophomore has solidified her spot in this lineup. They're giving her a look at third tonight, potentially just giving Addie Fisher a night off, but also trying to get a look at the second baseman playing tonight, Hayden Clausen, another sophomore. As they have plenty of seniors graduating this year, they're trying to find replacements for the future, see if they can't adjust lineups accordingly. And so far, Hadley Michael looking like a natural third baseman, but has been hitting incredibly well, a 345 average as just a sophomore. Hitting incredibly well in this back part of the lineup, as that's going to be a back pick that's not going to be in time. Throw was in the dirt, so Gullion able to get back safely.
Yeah, and Michael doesn't hit for a lot of power yet, Liam, but that's all right. I think you mentioned already slashing 345, 389, and 393 on the year. Only 2 extra base hits, but a very respectable batting average.
As she will take her 7th walk of the season here.
Base, now at bat, number 23, Ava Garvey.
And again, these two teams played over the long weekend. Played on the 3rd of July on that Thursday and beat this Johnston team 8-1. So potentially looking at a similar situation for Norwalk. They want to get out of here with a win, set themselves up for success. Later on, they want to get hot right before the playoffs. As Ava Garvey steps up, missed most of the season with injury, but has come back and played very well. Has gotten her batting average up to 294. And has really contributed well defensively. A left-handed catcher, not something you see very often. In fact, the first game in Ames is this one's going to be dropped in there just on the fringe of the outfield, and that'll score Gullion from second. So Garvey has her 3rd RBI of the year on the bloop single.
Courtesy runner at first base, number 24.
And a little bobble from the center fielder out there, but I truthfully don't think it mattered, Liam. That Hadley Michael, she's just so fast on the base path.
Haley Carnets.
Or excuse me, Maddie Gullion.
As we'll have a courtesy runner over at first. Can't quite see the number. As it will be Allie Williams. She has come in frequently this season. 8 for 10 on stolen bases. Has only been caught twice. And it's a Norwalk team that doesn't necessarily show their running prowess on the stat sheet, but they can manufacture runs just by the threat of stealing bags. We've seen that plenty from Bailey Birmingham. She just likes standing there off the bag, daring defenders to throw the ball towards her way. She'll bolt for any base she wants. As that's a beautiful changeup in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 to the designated player, Haley Carnats. She's been splitting time with Livingston at first every now and then. As that'll be outside 2-1. But all in all, Carnats, a 296 hitter with a 418 on base, a 370. Slugging percentage, 11 walks on the season, good for 2nd on the team. And that's going to be a healthy cut and a miss there. It's 2-2. Delivery. That'll be high and outside. The count will run full, so we'll get the payoff pitch here. And again, 2nd in the team in walks, sitting just behind Nia Holbert. Holbert has 12 on the year, so trying to tie that up right here. Because this one's going to be lifted. Foul little hook. Just barely. That had an opportunity to score too. Allie Williams with plenty of speed was full sprint.
And speed just so important in this game, Liam. That's how you can get yourself extra reps as a freshman. Allie Williams, in this case, coming on as that pinch runner. I'm with you. I think she easily would have scored from first had that ball landed fair.
Yeah, an absolutely incredible runner. We've seen plenty of players get their opportunity, as this one will be a walk. Runners were going anyways with 2 outs on a full count. But now it's bases loaded with Cambry Livingston up at the plate. Livingston has struggled a little bit with the bat. 224, has plenty of pop in it. It's just getting that barrel to the ball. And when she does hit, she hits in these clutch situations just like that. As that might make its way into the gap, it'll be cut up. That'll score 2 for Livingston. And it'll be an advancement to second. And as I'm saying, she likes clutch hits. She shows it right there, a 2-run single.
Now at bat for the Warriors, number 21, Danny Peters.
And the lead is now extended 4-0 here in the first. They'll have a quick meeting on the mound. We'll take a break alongside them and come back with the rest of the first inning. As we come back, Danny Peters will take to the plate. A fast runner, but also batting .313 on the year. As she'll catch, that'll be a nice catch there by the first baseman. It's a soft liner. That'll be caught out there by Hannah Haxton. So when we come back, it'll be 4-5-6 due up for Johnston to face off against Carly Brewer. Norwalk plates 4 in the bottom of the first. It's 4-0 when we come back the top of the second. As we come back, it'll be Julia Christensen up for the Dragons. Their best hitter by far, at least power-wise. 8 home runs on the year, batting .273. This will be grounded softly. Hadley on to first. That's going to get by. It's a little bit of a bad throw. Would have been a single anyways. Good speed from Christensen. So a lightly hit infield single will start things here. It'll be their first hit of the night. As Willow Schmitz, the second baseman, will now step up to the plate. Sporting the number 39. A lot of unconventional numbers here for Johnston. They like the higher numbers. 43, 39, 35, 37. You don't really see numbers in the 40s or 30s very often in baseball or softballs. This one's going to be grounded. A little bit of a late reaction there as that'll sneak its way through, as it is Clausen. That allows that ball to get through, so it'll be a back-to-back singles here for Johnston.
Number 35, Hannah Haxton.
And you almost wonder if Norwalk, having so many batters come to the plate, 9 of them total in that first inning, you almost wonder if pitcher out here on the mound, Carly Brewer, lost a little bit of that feeling that she had going in the first inning.
Definitely could be a possibility. Brewer has also just pitched a lot of games this season. Ton of innings. And I mean, you can never rule out any sort of fatigue when it comes to baseball and softball in Iowa. You play in the heat of summer, and especially in softball, you're expected to go at least 3 times a week when you are the ace of the staff. As that one's going to be a great pitch in there for a strike. So it's 0-2 here to the first baseman.
I think she heard me up here in the booth on that one, asking if she had lost a little bit of her command for the pitch. Just beautifully paints that outside bottom corner.
As Brewer delivers. That's going to be lifted out of play, almost straight back. As again, looking at the power index from Bound, Iowa. Johnston, number 7 team in 5A, 14th in the state. Meanwhile, Norwalk comes in this game trailing just Xavier in the rankings of 4A at number 7 in the state. They have North Polk right behind them, and Western Dubuque as that will be a little bit of a pitch out there, trying to see if any runners were wanting to go. But it's going to be a tight race here as the 1 through 6 in 4A are ranked 3rd, 7th, 8th, 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively in the state of Iowa. So 4A has been super competitive so far this year, as that's going to be another pitch outside for a ball.
All I see looking at those power rankings you got there, Liam, is we are in for some spectacular postseason softball here in 4A.
Absolutely. Xavier looking like the team to beat. They have their ace. We talked about it a little bit off air at Conlin. Over there in Xavier has been absolutely electric. We talked about it a little bit last broadcast. Norwalk obviously has some of the best hitters and pitchers in all of 4A. But combined, they'll need to get through Xavier, North Polk, Western Dubuque, any team that makes it up there to the tournament in Fort Dodge. As this one will be fouled off, we'll see the 2-2 again. As we'll have a quick little conversation here. As we'll have a courtesy runner come in a little bit late here. It's number 9. It's Sadie Nickel. Nickel so far this season, 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts. Has come around to score a total of 5 times. Trying to make that 6 here is going to be Hannah Haxton with a 2-2 count.
Pinch runner at second base, number 9, Sadie Nickel.
You almost wonder if Johnston here trying to play a little bit of a mind game on Carly Brewer. She's been searching for that put-away pitch for the last 3 or 4 pitches here. Let's see if she can get it.
And we've seen it all season. Brewer likes pitching in these high-leverage situations. That game, that doubleheader against Indianola, pitched in plenty of those situations. This one's going to be fouled back sharply into the top part of the fence. We'll see the 2-2 again. Came in relief of Leah Crick in that second game and absolutely shoved, getting the bases loaded with nobody out and leaving the inning unscathed. Later in that bottom half, Norwalk went around to walk it off on a fielding error, as that one will go foul. They'll call it there, as it did just go to the left of the bag.
And even if Norwalk does get her here, this has just been a ferocious at-bat from Haxton, fouling off pitch after pitch, really making Carly Brewer work out in the circle.
Haxton, just a freshman, has put on an absolutely incredible display so far this season, batting .312. Not willing to go down easily. Has struck out 18 times. Brewers trying to make it 19 as Haxton works the full count. Haxton does also have 9 walks on the season. So plenty of patience to go along with that healthy swing. Brewer trying to get up over 150 strikeouts on the season. Tried to check her swing, went off the barrel of the bat. So we'll see the payoff pitch again. It's been an incredible AB for Haxton here. Has fouled off pitch after pitch. Brewer just not finding a way to get past the barrel of the bat. That bat is just too wide for Brewers. This is going to be the payoff pitch, and it'll go foul again. We'll do it again.
Who would have guessed another foul ball in what's really turned into a great at-bat here. Neither side willing to give in.
Brewer challenge pitch after challenge pitch. Delivery from Brewer. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got her. Beautiful pitch there. Got it up there and got Haxton to chase.
And that's just a spectacular riser out of Brewer there. Way to keep her composure out on the mound. She had her 0-2 early in the count. Let her come all the way back, but still found a way to get her out.
As that'll be 148 on the season. This one's going to be grounded. And the only play is going to be at first. But a smart play there from Clausen as it's going to be a 4-3 ground out. And now there are quickly 2 outs after the strikeout of Haxton. Swally immediately grounds out as here is Reese Van Rokel. The left fielder so far this season, a senior, is batting .246 in her 61 ABs. That one will go high for a ball. Good patience there, not willing to extend the zone at all. 7 walks on the year for the senior with a tune of 20 strikeouts to go with it. That's a good pitch in there. High and outside corner. 1-1.
Yeah, Van Rokel at the plate does have 10 RBIs on the season, but she is facing one of the more dominant pitchers in our 4A softball sport here in Iowa.
As this one will be fouled straight back, bounces off the pole. It'll be a 1-2 count here to what it seems like is the free swinging Reese Van Rokel. Even her warm-up swings look brutal.
Yeah, she's looking to put a ball over the fence here, Liam. No home runs on the year. She's looking to change that with one swing of the bat.
Looking to bring this score within 1 run. The top of the lineup looming as this one's going to be lifted. Foul. Peters won't be able to get there. Almost got the inside out there. As we'll see the 1-2 again. The 9-hole hitter Helgeson is waiting on deck, and then it's the top of the order that went down quietly. And swing and a miss. Strike 3, got her. 149 on the year for Carly Brewer. Helgeson's left on the on-deck circle. When we come back, it's the top of the order. Due up for Norwalk, Holbert, Birmingham, and Brewer. As we come back, it's Nia Holbert. Has seen exactly 1 pitch so far today, and it was one that she absolutely loved, depositing it over in center field. As she will step up yet again, trying to get another multi-home run game on the season. As that'll be a strike in there to Holbert. As The home run back in that first was the 16th on the year. Extends their team lead as that's launched.
That could be another
out
one.
there to right, and it's gone. Holbert back to back. 2 swings, 2 home runs for Naya Holbert.
And Holbert.
It is 17 on the season.
Home run.
And she needed another pitch on that one, but did not waste time after that. That ball was out of here in a hurry.
Now at bat for the
Straight
Warriors,
to right
number
field,
14,
almost made its way over to baseball,
Birmingham.
over to the baseball field. And now it's Bailey Birmingham due up. It does not get any easier for the pitcher Tempest. That's going to be lifted high, not enough to get out of there. Going foul, chasing after it's the second baseman. Calling off Haxton. Schmitz will put the squeeze on it in foul territory. That'll bring up the pitcher, Carly Brewer, looking to help her own cause.
Norwalk, number 3, Carly Brewer.
Pitcher on pitcher. That's going to be lifted high and deep, and that man's going to be gone. It's in the trees in center. And Brewer doesn't want to be left out of the fun as she has home run number 14 on the year.
And Carly Brewer is in for the Warrior home run.
As it is 2 home runs here from the power threats of Norwalk as Maddie Gullion steps up, who scored a run her first time up, as it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. We'll come back with the rest of the second inning. It's 6-0 here. Norwalk with 3 home runs on the board, and they have knocked Jensen Tempest out of this game. As we come back, Tempest is done, as it'll be Berkeley McClish coming into the game for the Dragons to face off against Gullion. As it'll be Gullion and Hadley. Michael guaranteed at bats in this inning, as Ava Garvey will wait after that. A slow curve that manages to find its way into the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1 here.
And Tempest really having had a good season so far, but these Norwalk Warriors, with the hot bats, able to double her home runs given up total on the season, taking her from 3 all the way up to 6, knocking her out of this game early and getting to the secondary pitcher of the Johnston Dragons.
As McClish steps up, she's got a 3.36 ERA on the season with a 156 whip. This one will be in the dirt. And it'll be 2-1. Has thrown now over 1,700 pitches on the season. Has 48 earned runs on the year, 61 strikeouts, 59 walks. So struggles with a little bit of control as it's 2-2 now. Has hit 6 batters on the year.
And Maddie Gullion at the plate in that right-handed batter's box here. Really not your typical cleanup hitter. Definitely hits more for average, slashing 473, 496, and 673 on the year. Only 2 home runs, but with the way these balls are flying out tonight, I would not be surprised to see another one here, Liam.
Now Gullion has 12 triples and 2 triples, or 12 doubles and 2 triples, excuse me, as Gullion will ground out to second base. And we'll head to Hadley Michael to see what she can do. She drew a walk her first time up. One of 2 walks issued in that inning. So we'll see what she can do here her second time up, facing a brand new pitcher on the mound. That'll be a strike thrown in there. As Johnston looking to exit this inning, only giving up 2 on the solo shots from Holbert and Brewer. Another multi-home run game for Nia Holbert, and Carly Brewer on her tail immediately. That's a good curve in there. Good pitch mix-up as Michael swings early and over it. It's a 1-2 count now. Delivery. That one's going to go a little bit high, 2-2. Trying to see if she can stretch the zone here against the third baseman. That'll be low and outside. It's 3-2 now.
That's a great eye from Michael at the plate. Changing levels on her there. Went up in the zone and then right back down with the off speed. Way to work the count full.
Helgeson has a quick little conversation. That's going to be poked foul. Back. But Helgeson, after that third ball, went over to the mound and trying to calm her teammate down a little bit. Johnston is done after this game. Their season will be complete. They will await the winner of Des Moines East and Dowling. As Hadley Michael will walk for the second time today. A good at bat. As Ava Garvey will step up. She had an RBI single her first time up. As again, Norwalk on Saturday will await the winners. The winner of Fort Madison versus Keokuk, as this one's going to be fouled back, as that will be the start of their playoff run. 7 o'clock on Saturday. As that's going to be low for a ball. Yep, we will be here on Saturday for that game. As that'll be low for another ball. 2-1. The 2-1 delivery. That's going to be lifted, foul out of play. We'll go to a 2-2 count. As it is going to be a mad dash here. Trying to get hot at the right moment as the counter run full here to the catcher. Norwalk in a great position here to make a deep run in the playoffs. Had a deep run last year. Getting a top 4 finishes. That's going to be another walk issued here. Back-to-back walks after getting the out on Gullion, as that'll bring up Haley Karnatz. She also walked in that first inning. Advanced all the way to third as Allie Williams will come into the game to pinch run for Ava Garvey.
And Haley Karnatz here with a great opportunity to bring that season RBI total into the double digits. She's sitting at 9 right now. Runners on first and second.
That'll be a strike at the knees on the inside part of the plate. And it'll be 0-1. And that'll be a looping curve in there for a strike, 0-2.
And 2 tough strikes there to Karnatz. What a brutal way to start off the at-bat. Got to stay within herself, find a way to put the ball in play.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, got her. So getting out of the inning is going to be McClish. So when we come back, 9, 1, and 2, Helgeson, Reiners, and Pitts due up for the Dragons. As we come back, it's the third baseman, Chloe Helgeson, getting her first AB of the day here against Carly Brewer. It's number 3 versus number 3. As the sophomore will step up to the plate, batting .288 on the year.
What's up? Here you go. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Wasn't sure how late we ended up being. Yeah.
Helgeson coming up here, looking to set the table for the top of the order. Not known for her power, doesn't mean that she doesn't have it.
As that's going to be lined out there, and that'll fall in front of Nia Holbert, so it'll be a base hit here for Helgeson. As that'll bring up the top of the order, Grace Reiners. Grounded out to shortstop, her first time up, 0 for 1 on the day. Looking to improve that to 1 and 2, especially with a runner on first, trying to advance that to second or third, get him in scoring position. That'll be a changeup looping outside for a ball. It's 1-0. That'll be just outside there. That was the fastball, so it's 2-0 now. As that'll be outside 3-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Johnston Dragons. See if Brewer can bring this back to a full count. Here's the delivery. And that'll be a ball 4, a 4-pitch walk issued to the shortstop. Now 2 on, runner in scoring position. We'll have a meeting on the mound. We'll come back after it with the at-bat of Reagan Pitts here. It's 6-0 Norwalk in the top of the third. As we come back, it is going to be Reagan Pitts up at the plate. Grounded out to the third baseman her last time up, but now has 2 runners on. Throws bunt. Tries to get out of the way, throw on to first. That'll get past, and that'll score at least 1. As the throw is in the dirt from Brewer, and that'll be runners on the corners now on the throwing error from Brewer.
Helgeson is in for the Dragons run.
So a run will come across to score here. It'll be an E1, as Brewer had plenty of time to go get that runner. As I think they're going to try and have a conversation here. Norwalk wants to see if there's going to be interference from the batter potentially. So we'll stay right here, as that's a quick meeting from the umpires. They will say that it is a fair play on all sides. So it will now be Callie Gibson up at the plate. She grounded out to shortstop her first time up. And behind her sits Julia Christensen, someone you do not want to have up with bases potentially loaded. But Brewer thrives in these situations. Delivery. I'll be grounded back foul.
And Brewer normally so sure-handed with the ball in her hands. From a fielding perspective, only her second error on the year. Really just coming at such an unfortunate time for this Warriors pitcher.
As that'll be a steal attempt down there, safe. Oh, Birmingham rifles it over the third. They got her!
Got her on the throw to third!
Birmingham. That throw might have hurt a little bit, as that was an absolute frozen rope to third. Runner tried to get the double steal to work. Instead, Birmingham just rifles it over there, as she will stay in the game, just stretching out that leg a little bit.
Yeah, she deserves a stretch after a fireball like that. Really just rocketed that ball over to third.
Coach at third base really wants them to look at this, and the coach is going to come out and take a look at Birmingham. So we'll take a break alongside them, come back hopefully with good news of Birmingham staying in this game. It will be an out at third. Birmingham will stay in the game. Might have just overextended a little bit on the throw, but that's just her normal throwing motion, so she'll stick it out. But there's going to be an out here. One runner on now, as that throw did save the runner at third. So now it is going to be a 1-2 count here to Gibson, as Reiners is caught out. And again, what great awareness from Birmingham. It's something she does so well that she's really cognizant of it. Just when a runner likes to step off a little bit and try to get a little bit of an anticipated throw, as that's going to be a pump fake and a half from Garvey.
And Pitts out there on second, known to try to steal bases. She's up to 13 attempts on the year, has been successful on 10 of them. Got to keep an eye on her, especially with the threat of Christensen looming.
As that one will fly backwards. So that one's going to be lined foul down the third base line. As it is a 2-2 count. Carly trying to get out of the inning, as it's just going to be one out on the board, but a fantastic out it was. This one's going to be lifted foul out of play into the bullpen. So we'll see the 2-2 again. Last time there was a battle, it was with Hannah Haxton. It's on upwards of 10 pitches or more. I'm going to bet on the more. That was an epic at bat. Brewer trying to get this one done with quicker than that. Delivery. Inside hitter. So it'll be a hit batter for Brewer. And so it will be an advancement to first. Hits at second. And now it is going to be Julia Christensen singled and advanced to second on the single from Schmitz before Brewer took care of the rest of that inning. Christensen has plenty of pop in the bat, 8 home runs on the season. That's going to be lifted high but foul.
And to go along with her 8 home runs on the season, she's rocking 22 RBIs, slugging in the mid-600s. This girl's a threat with the bat in her hands and just makes that awareness out from Birmingham even bigger as it eliminated the bases loaded here.
As Brewer. That's going to be grounded. That'll go foul. So it'll be an 0-2 count here to the designated player as Brewer hunting for 150 strikeouts. As Brewer delivers. That's going to be poked foul back out of play off to the right. So it'll be an 0-2 count yet again with 1 out here. Brewer delivers. Inside, almost got her. Good job jumping out of the way from Christensen. Coach probably wanted her to wear that a little bit, but still it's a 1-2 count. 1 out here. 1 run has come across to score after the throwing error from Brewer. That's going to be grounded sharply. Steps on the bag. On to first. In time! A 5-3 double play. As that is going to put an end to things here. Great job. Hadley Michael looking like a natural at third base. When we come back, it'll be Norwalk 8-9-1. It'll be Livingston, Peters, and Hulbert 6-1 Norwalk over the Dragons. As we come back, it is Cambry Livingston coming up to the plate. She had a 2-run single her last time up in that first inning. So as we return,
Cambry Livingston.
Holbert guaranteed it at bat, and I'm pretty sure Johnston would rather she didn't.
I think that might be the understatement of the century there, Liam.
As delivery, that'll be inside for a ball from McClish to Livingston. Livingston taking over first base this season, as it is a quick 2-0 count here to the free swinging Cambry Livingston. So far on the season, 15 strikeouts, just 3 walks, but 12 RBIs now on the year for her on 12 singles. Delivery. That's going to be 3-1, excuse me. McClish looking to put things away here. Needs a clean inning, but that'll be a walk to Livingston. That'll be the fourth walk of the year for Livingston, and that'll bring up Danny Peters. A soft liner to first base ended things in that first inning, as now she will look to make things a little bit more interesting for Nia Holbert. 2 solo shots on the day. Peters wants to give her the opportunity for a 3-run. As McClish delivers, Peters shows bunts, gets it down. Throw over to first in time. Great play there from Helgeson, charging that one.
For the Warriors, at bat number 15, Nia Holbert.
As Nia Holbert steps up to the plate with an RBI opportunity up now. Saw 1 pitch her first at bat, 2 pitches her second at bat. And in those ABs, she had her first home run of the game and her second home run of the game. Sees pitch 1 for a ball.
And with a base open here at first, I'd be surprised to see anything over the heart of the plate for Holbert here. Like you said, those 2 home runs already in the game. Johnston does not want to give up anything more to Nia Holbert tonight if they can avoid it.
Big question is if they can avoid it. Pitch 2, another take. So now on pitch 3, does she hit her 3rd home run of the night to continue the trend? Holbert steps in. Pitch 3. Oh, she wanted it. Big swing and a miss there from Nia Holbert. That'll be in the dirt. Well blocked there by the catcher.
And in this 3-1 count, with how hot she's been, you have to know that Nia Holbert has the green light here.
That's going to be lifted foul out of play. Just got the end of the bat off on it. So it'll be a full count here to Nia Holbert. She's been very good this season about working those full counts, getting it towards those big ABs. As here's the delivery. That's going to be lifted straight up in the air. Helgeson makes the grab. There will be no advancement or an attempt to advance from Livingston, and smartly so.
Now at bat for the Warriors, number 14, Bailey Birmingham.
Birmingham 0 for 2 today. Had that beautiful heads-up play to get the out on Grace Reiners in the top half of the inning. That'll drop in there for a strike. So it'll be 0-1 to the shortstop. Was favoring her knee a little bit coming up after that throw, but has been doing absolutely fine in other areas, as that's going to be a little bit of a risky takeoff there from Livingston, but she'll scamper back to second. Thought the ball got past the catcher.
Yeah, Livingston not known for her base stealing ability. Only 1 stolen base on the year, so you have to know that she thought that ball was wide.
As that one will get through, and Livingston will come around to score. Birmingham gets a double on a ball that just gets underneath the glove of the 3rd baseman, Helgeson.
Now at bat number 3, Carly Brewer.
And a beautiful, beautiful hit there. As it'll bring up Carly Brewer, 1 for 2 today with a solo shot out there to center field into the trees. That'll be low, and Birmingham takes off. And so Birmingham's all the way over to 3rd already. An aggressive base runner manufactures runs herself. We have seen it many times this year. Manufactured a walk-off earlier this year against Indianola. Can she do it again? The threat of her running is enough, as that one will stay fair, and Brewer has her 2nd hit. She's going to try and stretch it to a double, and will get in there after the drop ball.
And Birmingham is in for the Warrior run.
So another run comes across the score, and it is 8-1.
One more run for the good guys.
As coming across the score in this inning is Livingston, Birmingham, and potentially Brewer. As it will be Lanovic coming into the game.
Second base, number 1, Brooklyn Lanovic.
Brooklyn Lanovic on the air, 2 for 2 on steals, 5 runs so far for her. As a quick meeting on the infield, no coach coming out, just a quick conversation with the fielders. As with a runner on second, and Maddie Gullion up at the plate has singled and grounded out. Both hit to pretty much the same spot. Here's the delivery. That'll be grounded to second base again, on to first, and that'll put an end to things here in the third. It is 8-1 Norwalk after 2 more runs are put across the board. As we go to the top of the fourth, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. Due up for Johnston, Schmitz, Haxton, and Swally. As the player that ended things in that bottom half of the third will now step up for the top half of the fourth. Willow Schmitz, as she will ground this one foul back behind home plate. Has a single in the game so far. Advanced Christensen to second base up in that second inning, before Brewer came out and struck out Haxton and then Rokel. This one will go outside for a ball, 1-1. As this one's going to be lifted high. Holbert's there. Little skip in her step, and she'll put that one away.
Holbert with the catch. Now at bat, number 35, Hannah Haxton.
As we'll see the marathon at bat of Hannah Haxton, trying to see if she can get another long AB here out of Carly Brewer. Brewer might have won the battle, but Haxton definitely won the war, seeing plenty of pitches to be able to set her up for this AB. As that one will catch the outside part of the plate for a strike, 0-1.
Liam, you've talked a lot in this game about how Brewer pitches well under pressure. I don't think she minds not having the pressure of the first runner reach base for the first time since the first inning. Being able to get that first out in only one batter.
Takes something off of that one for a strike. It's quickly 0-2 here to Hannah Haxton. Same thing happened in the first AB. Can Haxton battle back to a full count? That'll go way up and outside. It'll be 1-2 here. Trying to get a chase there. And that's something that Brewer does very well. She knows when she has her throwaway pitches. things that she can kind of put outside of the zone, see if she can get a batter to stretch the zone a little bit, or potentially just get a favorable call from the umpire. But she uses those to her advantage quite well. This one's going to be grounded, foul back behind home plate again. And so begins the marathon. Sitting behind Haxton is Swally, grounded out to second base her first time up. It's had some very nice blocks behind home plate. This one's going to be lifted foul out of play, back behind the bullpen. Over towards the concession stand.
You know, you think we'd have learned after the way that the last at-bat went to keep track of the pitches in these anticipated matchups between Haxton and Brewer here. Fouling off pitch after pitch.
As pitch number 6 of the AB goes low for a ball, 2-2. Brewer on the 2-2, delivers. Almost swung at it, but managed to hold up. Bat did leave the shoulder of Haxton, but got nowhere near a swing. But could tell she kind of wanted to offer at it. Manages to hold up. The full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout 150 on the year.
Brewer with the strikeout brings up number 37, Emily Swally.
As now with 2 outs, it'll be Emily Swally. Brewer looking for the first 1, 2, 3 since that first inning. Brewer. That's a strike in there. Great pitch. No offer from Swally. That'll go outside for a ball, 1-1.
And Brewer racking up that strikeout number 150 on the season. She alone, with her 150 strikeouts, has racked up more Ks than every other pitcher in this ballpark combined this year.
As it'll be 1-2 here after the foul ball. A testament to Brewer and her absolutely incredible pitch mix and selection. As great strikeout stuff. This one will go low. The count will be tied up at 2. Brewer delivers on the 2-2. Swing well, struck out there, getting down. As Swally will have extra bases that'll make its way to the fence. As unable to get there is Gullion.
Back for the Dragons, number 4,
A good at-bat
Reese
from
Van
Swally results in a hit. So now it'll be Reese Van Rokel. Struck out her last time up. As we'll have a courtesy runner. It'll be number 21 to trot out there. That will be Marisol Clifton.
Courtesy runner at second, number 21, Marisol Clifton.
And out of the box with how well that ball was struck, I really thought Swally had a chance at third, but content to stay right there at second with a stand-up double, and the Warriors will certainly take it.
This outfield has plenty of arm talent out there. That's going to be a strike in there to the left-handed hitter of Van Rokel. But going in right, obviously having a... Gullion has a cannon in right, Holbert a cannon in center, and even Danny Peters has a talent out there in left. As that one will scream by Helgeson, jumps out of the way. As it'll be quickly 0-2 here to the left fielder. That'll be grounded, foul. Great job by Michael roaming to her right. We'll see the 0-2 yet again. That's going to be grounded. Michael bobbles on first. Not in time. Strong run there from Van Rokel.
At bat for the Dragons.
Gets her to advance and gets Swally to third. So runners on the corner here for Helgeson, who singled and scored in that third inning. Brewer in her favorite spot, it seems, with the pressure on. Cardiac Brewer. Swing and a miss. Number 3 versus number 3. Strike 2 in there, stares at it. So it's quickly 0-2 again. Brewer been very good about reaching 0-2 counts. Just needs to finish it off here. Quick conversation between batter and coach.
Helgeson on the year, 9 strikeouts and only 66 at-bats. So very possible that Brewer can take the bat out of her hand here without a ball in play.
Brewer looking to put up another 0 in the run column, as that's going to be grounded sharply. Getting in the way was the runner, but it was foul anyway, so no harm done. Carly delivers. That'll be high and tight, 1-2 now. Again, Johnston working good at bats here against the ace. That's going to be grounded. Michael on to first in time. That'll put an end to things here, as it's a 5-3 ground out, and the runner in scoring position does not come across to score. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Warriors, Michael, Garvey, and Carnats. As we come back, it is Hadley Michael to step up into the box. So far today has no official at-bats. Has a run scored off of 2 walks. A very patient hitter, as that one's going to be lifted foul out of play. Off to that right side. So it'll be 0-1 here to the third baseman. This is our first game seeing her at that new third base position. Again, don't know if Addie Fisher's just getting the night off, but could also just be trying to see what works before next year. They have already locked down the conference championship. They will be the champions of the Little Hawkeye Conference. After their win versus DCG is when they clinched it. They won that game 3-2. As Johnston will sit in 5th place in conference play. And that is where they will finish in CIML. As that will make it a 2-1 count, I believe. Delivery. That's going to be lifted and caught out there in center by Reagan Pitts.
Now at bat for Norwalk, number 23, Ava Garvey.
And Ava Garvey will step up, having a good day so far. A 1-for-1 day with a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. Or excuse me, has no run scored, but does have the RBI. Delivery. Does not offer at it as it is high, 1-0 to the catcher. And it seems that Garvey's successor for next year has been named. It's Haley Hook, having played most of the year in the absence of Garvey and played very well as well. So the future of the catcher position is not something that Norwalk has to worry about. So they're comfortable playing Garvey for the rest of the season, as that'll be another ball. And it is a 3-0 count with Carnats on deck. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk issued to Ava Garvey. And it'll bring up Haley Carnats, who has a walk and a strikeout so far today, so 0 for 1.
Back for the Warriors, number 11, Haley Carnats. Courtesy runner at first, number 24, Allie Williams.
As Allie Williams will come back into the game to pinch run. Three runs would result in a walk-off mercy rule. As Williams retreats back, as this will be a ball.
And as Norwalk fans, as Norwalk fans well know, the mercy rule coming into effect either when one team is up by 10 runs after 4 or when a team is up by 8 runs after 5. They've been no strangers to the mercy rule walk-offs this year, having only pitched 198 innings coming into this game.
As runner goes, good shot down there. Williams absolutely gunned down a cannon of an arm from the catcher Swally. He caught stealing.
Yeah, Williams has been a good base stealer on the year, was 8 for 10 coming into the night, but just did not get a good jump off that ball, and the catcher put a cannon behind that arm, getting it to second base.
That'll go high, it'll be 2-2 now. As again, what an arm behind the plate, absolutely. No doubt about that throw. As that one's going to be grounded directly back to the pitcher, and that'll put an end to things here in the 4th inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th, where it'll be 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Dragons, facing off against Carly Brewer. As we come back, it'll be Grace Reiners to step up to the plate. 0 for 1 today after she walked in that third inning. As that'll be a strike in there dealt by Brewer. Quick 0-1. See if Brewer can get to another quick 0-2 count. That'll be inside, just off the plate. It'll be 1-1. That'll be grounded sharply, but foul, so it'll be 1-2 here. Norwalk just about to finish in the bottom half of this inning. They will have gone through the order for the third time. Johnston just starting their third time through the order here in the fifth.
Well, and it all started with Norwalk batting around right out of the gate in the first inning, putting up a 4 spot on these Johnston Dragons. They came out of the box with a vengeance and really have not looked back since.
As this one will hook foul, so we'll see the 1-2 again. As here's the 1-2 pitch to the leadoff hitter, Reiners. That's going to be lifted high, but Danny Peters coming in.
Talk, you guys.
But Birmingham getting undercut by Peters, manages to make the catch. Peters apologizing, Birmingham laughing about it.
Now at bat number 43, Reagan hits.
What an incredible catch. And a would have been disastrous play for Norwalk turns into an out. As it'll be a pop out to Bailey Birmingham. As that'll now bring up Reagan Pitts. Reached on a throwing error from Carly Brewer. Her last time up. That'll be a strike on the outside part of the plate to the center fielder. That'll be swung on and missed for strike 2.
For those of you at home interested, with that last out, that takes Brewer over the 125 innings pitched on the season mark. Just been a remarkable season for her out there in the circle.
And committed to play at the University of Iowa next year. That's going to be lifted, foul out of play. Meanwhile, her little brother, not committed to play anywhere, but has narrowed it down to his top 12. Iowa is included on that list, as well as Iowa State, and has, I believe, 5 SEC schools in there, 4 Big Ten teams, an ACC school, and Notre Dame as the independent, as well as Iowa State in the Big 12. So he's got plenty of offers, just trying to decide where he wants to go. Number 1 tight end in the state next year. Brewer delivers on the 0-2. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Brewer.
Now at bat number 5,
and that is going to be strikeout number 4 on the game for Carly Brewer. And that'll bring up Callie Gibson. Wore it her last time up before Julia Christensen grounded out in a 5-3 double play. That'll be low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Lights just starting to kick on here a little bit as the sun has set. That's going to be lined and caught out there by Hayden Clausen. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Carly Brewer.
All right, folks,
When we come back, it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Warriors. Livingston, Peters, and Holborn in an 8-1 ball game versus the Johnston Dragons. Cambry Livingston steps up to the plate here. Lifts this one foul, hits off the fence and out of play. She, so far today, is 1 for 1. A 2-run single, her first time up, and then a walk where she later came around to score. So she's had a very productive night, as that is a half-hearted swing attempt at a curveball that was already in the mitt when the bat left her shoulder. So it'll be an 0-2 count here. Tried to hold up on it, just couldn't quite stop the motion. That'll be outside for a ball 1 and 2. As McClish has come into the game and really pitched very well coming in relief. Has really helped out Johnston trying to slow things down here. Has allowed just 2 runs to come across the score after her teammate Tempest gave up 6. That'll go outside as well. So we're looking at a full count worked by Cambry Livingston. Down 0-2 now, up 3-2. McClish delivers. That's going to be lined straight to Reiners at short. Could have gotten back up the middle if it had a little bit more juice on it, but that'll bring up Danny Peters with an opportunity to set up Nia Hulbert. Peters 0 for 2 today, or excuse me, 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. That's going to be lifted foul out of play. That'll bounce off the roof of the Johnston dugout. Helgeson playing very shallow over there at third, as to be expected, guarding against any infield single attempts with the speedy Peters.
Peters here batting in the 9-hole really kind of functions as a double leadoff for these Norwalk Warriors, hitting over 300 on the year with an on-base percentage in the high 370s.
That'll be lifted softly, and Peters gets got out. That was just high enough. I thought she might have been able to make it, but Haxton with a quick turn and toss to Willow Schmitz covering first base. So it'll be a 3-4 ground out here as Nia Hulbert steps up to the plate. 2 home runs on the day, 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. 8 total bases, as that one's going to be lined and caught out there in center by Reagan Pitts. Got the barrel to the ball, but that'll put an end to things here in the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th, where it's 4-5-6 due up for Johnston. As we come back, it is a mystery hitter. It's number 14 for the Johnston Dragons. We don't have a 14 on the roster. Could potentially have been an emergency number switch for Julia Christensen, but Till then, it is unknown. Here's the delivery. That'll be outside for a ball 2-0. Again, just trying to see who it could be on the roster. Here's the delivery. That's going to be grounded. And that'll be a foul ball. So it'll be 2-1. Johnston disagrees with the call. As now, the coach has been tossed out of the game for Johnston. They were arguing the call on whether or not it was a fair or foul ball, and the coach gets run for it. Haven't really seen an ejection happen that quickly. Must have been some very serious language being used out there on the third base bag. And it's 2-1 now. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike number 2. Plenty of frustration here for Johnston, so could be trying to vent those a little bit, but still don't want to get run out of a game, especially not if you have a chance to still come back in, and as this one's going to be grounded. So we'll see the 2-2.
Yeah, with that ejection to the coach, you really kind of feel like Johnston is on their last leg here. Brewer looking to put him away and potentially have a walk-off in the bottom of the 6th for Norwalk.
Could see that happen. Could also just go to the top of the 7th, where Brewer would more than likely come back out. Pitch that final frame, as that one's going to be lifted high and deep. Peters giving chase, but it'll go out of play. Peters wouldn't have been able to get there anyways. Still trying to find the name of our mystery player at the plate. Here's the delivery. That's going to be grounded foul yet again.
With the way this at-bat has gone so far, it's almost reminiscent of Hannah Haxton taking a page out of her, if this is Christensen or some unknown mystery player, certainly taking a page out of the 6-hole hitter's book.
As this one will be caught out there by Hayden Clausen.
Clausen with the
High pop-up. So it'll be a quick can of corn out, as Willow Schmitz will step up to the plate now with Hannah Haxton on deck.
Schmitz.
An interesting windup, but that's going to be just out of the reach of Gullion. Interesting swing there. Likes to have the bat level with the pitcher. Brings it back. That one's going to be lifted high and deep, but Peters there for the catch. So it'll be 2 outs now, as Hannah Haxton will step up, looking to avoid the hat trick of outs. Or excuse me, it might not be Haxton up at the plate now. May have a pinch hitter. We will. It'll be number 20. As that'll be Claire Stiles up at the plate.
For the Dragons, number 20, Claire Stiles.
Yeah, the senior at the plate for Johnston, slashing 188, 257, and 250 on the year thus far.
Takes a strike down the middle from Brewer, so it'll be a quick 0-1. Last regular season game of the season for Johnston. Norwalk still has a doubleheader on Wednesday versus Waukee Northwest, the #1 team in the state. So they're trying to lock down this win before going up against that powerhouse. That'll be at Waukee Northwest.
It is still left out that Maya and Carly have hit home runs tonight. So let's give her her love and give her Maya.
As it is now 0-2 here to the pinch hitter. That'll go up and out, so it'll be 1-2. As Brewer sets and delivers, that's going to be lifted foul. Violently hits the fence. So we'll see the 1-2 again. Delivery. That'll be fouled straight back. That's another 1-2. Styles looking to get on base to set up Swally. A double her last time up. As it'll be 2-2 now. Here's the delivery. That's going to be grounded. Birmingham waits on it, throws over in time. That'll put an end to things here in the top of the 6th. When we come back, it's the heart of the order for Norwalk. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Warriors when we come back. As we return, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of conversation happening between Norwalk coaches and the umpires. But it'll be Bailey Birmingham step up to the plate, followed by Carly Brewer and Maddie Gullion. One run here ends the game. But after that, we'll go to the, if not, does not happen, we'll go to the top of the 7th, where it'll be Brewer to take on 7, 8, 9, the bottom of the order. But until then, it is McClish versus the heart of Norwalk's order, as that one's going to be low for a ball.
Birmingham so far in this game really flashing the leather on a lot of different ways. Would love to see her be able to get on base here and set up the potential walk-off for the pitcher, Carly Brewer, coming up next.
As that one's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 here. Later tonight, we'll have a little bit of rain, but for now, we are looking good. As this one will go foul, so it'll be 2-1. Overnight storms and all that. We've had a few games rained out. This one will not be one of them. Two-one. That'll be a strike in there. Counts tied up at 2. And again, we say it a lot. Birmingham is a very free swinger, but crucially, with that free swinging attitude, has only one strikeout on the season. As she'll foul this one off, it'll be a 2-2. For most of this season, she has had 0 strikeouts. Must have come over that holiday weekend. As here's the delivery. That's going to be fouled back out of play. See the 2-2 again. The batter in. Oh, sorry.
No, no worries. I was going to say, even with the free swinging attitude, Birmingham is known to walk, already having 7 on the year, as well as 9 home runs. So, despite her free swinging approach, it's really worked for her so far this season.
Absolutely. As the batter in front of Birmingham, Holbert has hit 2 home runs. Brewer has hit a home run of her own, hitting after Birmingham. Can Birmingham make it a 3-headed home run night for the 3-headed monster? That one will run high. It's 3-2. And it is again Helgeson taking the lead here. Running over, having a quick little pump up with her pitcher. Showing that leadership. That's going to be flown out there, and that'll drop in there in no man's land. Birmingham's on. Great little bloop hit just over the head of Reiners. Drops in front of Pitts and Van Rokel. We'll bring up Carly Brewer. Birmingham an absolute threat on the base path. 7 for 7 on steals and just forces mistakes from people. I'll go outside. Looked like a little bit of a pitch out. 1-0.
Ball's dropped by the catcher there. Birmingham getting safely back to first.
Birmingham wanted that one a little bit, but Scamper's back. Delivery. That'll be high and tight. 3-0 here. Trying to avoid the 4-pitch walk. To set up Maddie Gullion. That'll be outside, ball 4. So it'll be a 4-pitch walk here for Carly Brewer. And that'll bring up Maddie Gullion. Anything hit to the outfield will score.
Coming in at first base, number 1, Brooklyn Lonovic.
As Lonovic will check back into the game to pinch run.
Now at bat for Norwalk, number 18, Maddie Gullion.
But Gullion, anything lifted out into the outfield should score Birmingham from second. Right fielder, 1 for 3 so far today. That'll get away from the catcher, and now it is a guarantee that anything that is a base hit will get the run across. Anything hit on the infield that's not thrown home will score Birmingham. That is how risky this is. That'll be inside for a ball, 2-0. Hadley Michael waits on deck, and Michael has 2 walks and a fly out.
This just further illustrates how devastating the top half of the order for Norwalk can be. It's just hard out after hard out, putting pressure on the pitcher and potentially causing her to throw that wild pitch there to advance the runners.
As it is a 2-1 count after that one's a called strike on that outside part of the plate. A sacrifice fly is in play. A single on the infield is in play. Birmingham itching to go. A wild pitch would score Birmingham, given her speed. Can she manufacture another run on her own? Ready to bolt at a moment's notice. Here's the delivery. That's going to be grounded, and Birmingham's going to come across to score, and that'll be the game. So it'll be a ground out to first base that scores a run. And Norwalk wins this game 9-1. It's an 8-run mercy rule in the 6th. Samson, who's your player of the game here for Norwalk?
You know, it's real hard to choose, but I think you got to go to Nia Holbert. 2 home runs early in the game on only having seen 3 pitches. I know she didn't do much after that, but I really feel like that gave the momentum to the Warriors here. Let Brewer settle in against what really has been a solid Johnston offense. Just gave them the momentum to win the game.
As the Johnston Dragons will fall to 24-15, as the Norwalk Warriors move to 31-5 as they head out to Waukee Northwest to close their season out on Wednesday before the playoffs on Saturday. We will be here for that of Norwalk versus Fort Madison and Keokuk. But for now, for my broadcast partner, Samson Schaefer, camera operator and producer Gary French, I am Liam Weber, signing off from Norwalk, Iowa.